Hi there, this is a twin flame forecast with Mollie from Mollie Kindred and Kindred Heart Tarot. So I'm going to move through this quickly here. This is the energy of the Divine Masculine, the Divine Masculine's message for the Divine Feminine for the week of the 26th onward. And then this is the energy surrounding both. This is the energy that the message from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine. And then this is the energy surrounding the Divine Feminine. So I really wanted to do a message here, and I might do another one because the energies are really intense right now, and we've got a lot of ego energy and a lot of conflict energy just in the collective, and this energy is helping us remove obstacles and work through things that we haven't quite seen, and we might not want to. Obviously, we'd prefer to have a nice smooth ride at this point. We've been all working so hard. But we have just a couple little tweaks and toning to do, so to speak, with I think some of the lessons that we've maybe rushed through a little bit. And so we're going to find that those are going to be coming up this week. And you probably noticed that they were, really coming up last week. If you are in communication with your twin, it probably wasn't what it seemed. So we have some illusion going on about, how good things actually are and how strong the foundations actually are. So let's see what we've got for this week. For the Divine Masculine, we have love, number 6. So we have this beautiful message of connection and growth and also intertwining. So for me, what I do kind of get from this is that now, it might not necessarily be with the Divine Feminine that this loving energy is coming up and for them, but it is to do with it. So no matter what, whether the Divine Masculine is looking into another relationship or considering how available they are, etc., something new is blossoming, something new is growing, and this energy of love and self-love is surrounding the Divine Masculine, because really in order to meet the Divine Feminine where they are, the masculine really has to show a sense of self-love and be able to receive that epic love that the Divine Feminine is offering. So the Divine Masculine has that same epic love, and they're also working on that blossoming within themselves. So that's a beautiful major arcana for the masculines this week, is that they're going to be surrounded by love, and that might be a beautiful journey, it might be a painful journey. So just be aware that energy, the most powerful energy in the universe, is going to be surrounding the Divine Masculine. And of course, we are coming closer and closer to union in this relationship. So this love energy, this is surrounding the Divine Divine Feminine as well. So we have the Divine Masculine's message to the Divine Feminine. It is teach. This actually came up for me in a private reading as well. So the Divine Feminine, we're not better than the Divine Masculine. We're not smarter. That's the ego side that wants to say, we're so much farther, etc. I mean, there is a spiritual side to that, whereas we can recognize, or at least I can recognize with my twin, that he is not where I am at in terms of my spiritual growth, my spiritual awakening. But I do know that he is working on, what he is working on is just as important as what I am working on. And we really have to focus on the equality of our relationship right now. Not putting one person over the other, or my need for him to be in my life as more important than what he's working through right now. We have to trust the universe that all is as it should be, and that we each have our individual goals right now in terms of our twin flame journey. And so this message to the Divine Feminine is really beautiful, because it's saying teach, use that wisdom that your knowledge. The journey has been, challenging. And so in order to help others, we have to teach, and we also have to learn. So there's going to be that giving and receiving energy, but it might not be towards the Divine Masculine and Feminine. It might be, you know, through videos like these, or you're talking to your friends and you're opening up a little bit more about being vulnerable in a relationship and what that means and how it can be a strength and not a weakness, and how sensitivity can be a strength and not a weakness. And so really being open to sharing your story a little bit more and understanding that the more you share, the more you're elevating the relationship for the two of you, and the more he learns, the more you're being elevated sort of behind the scenes. So just think about this fact that if the masculine are coming into this huge love energy and they're not quite, you know, accepting their truth, and they still have some masks to do with ego and, you know, the pain of being open and vulnerable, or that the fear, the risk is huge of being open and vulnerable, especially with the divine feminine. But just think of this. If we helped them during our work, and that was intense work, if we were helping them doing that work, then just imagine what an energy boost is going to be up and coming for us, no matter what, when they're doing their work. So that's something really exciting to look forward to. And so let's do the divine feminine. The energy around the divine feminine is, you know, we have the number 8 and the infinity. So this is control. So how I'm receiving this is, we want it so bad, and a lot of us, including myself, have had that opportunity to let go, to, you know, kind of walk away for the greater good and say, all right, this person has their own goals to work through. And right now we're being reminded that it's not just about what we want. It's not just about those ego desires. We have to be really aware of that right now. So if you had in your mind all of a sudden decided like, oh, it's going to happen this week, like things are good, we're communicating, yay. Just be aware that that can quickly bring you back into that old energy of control and like dominating the experience. And when we dominate the experience, we're enabling the other person to either be the taker, and or receiver, and not really allowing them that opportunity to come through and be independent in their own way. And so just an awareness, and of course we've got all major arcana so far, so this is going to be a fucking intense week. I'm just going to put that out there, but we already know that, so it's not a big surprise. Big intense week. Try not to control and manipulate the situation. So it is going to be a challenge to let go. It's going to be a challenge to go with the flow and relax your grip. So, and this is like a hawk energy too. This is like being predatory about the situation. So just let's try to take a step back from the situation and relax, even though it might be difficult to do so. We have this beautiful blue eyes. We have this truth behind them. We have this communication. We need the masculine to be in their truth. We need to see them for who they are, but they need to see themselves for who they are. And we can't push them and move them forward with our own will to get what we want. That's selfish. So it's also about releasing that timeline. So drop the timelines, drop the control, and look at this as a new beginning. Kind of, you know, let the baggage go and think, oh, this is the beginning of this. So we're going to have to keep kind of doing that. And our message to the divine masculine is nurture. All major arcana, holy moly, this is going to be a huge week, guys. So this nurture energy, so they've got love and nurture. Wow. The divine masculine is going to have a doozy of a week. Wow. I'm almost like speechless. I can feel it in my heart chakra. I almost want to cry. This is huge, powerful energies coming in for both twins, but with the divine masculine, really focusing on them opening up to the divine feminine within themselves, and that healing of the inner child, that inner masculine child and that inner feminine child. And this is why the divine feminine has to let go, because if you try to push them in this situation, almost look at them as newborns right now. Do not push the masculine this week. Really focus on yourself and nurturing yourself, right? Because these messages are now for for both parties as we come closer into our energy. Sorry about that. It was kind of funny because I kept doing the entire reading and I didn't realize that my video had turned off. So we were over here at Nurture, and just reminding ourselves not to push the masculine in their journey at this time. And the middle card, the energies surrounding both the divine feminine and the divine masculine, is sadness and isolation. And this is that, it's also got the trilogy energy, that energy of divine masculine, divine feminine, and the universal energy as well. And so this week is going to be lonely for both of us because, you know, the masculine, not sure exactly what their, you know, thought process is at this time, but, you know, we all have options and choices to make, and one of the hardest choices to make is to be open and vulnerable and sensitive, and to also believe in what your senses are telling you when your intuition starts to awaken and you have these people in your lives and these synchronicities. And it's a big choice because once you are awake, you can't turn back. And so I know the masculine is probably going to be feeling some sadness and isolation and questioning and wondering what their path is going to reveal to them. And I think we're all wanting that companionship and that partnership in this journey, and not really being 100% certain what is illusion and what is truth, and if the foundation is ready for us to move forward. And of course, we don't know that because only the universe knows that for certain. And we always have moving parts, and different choices will lead to different opportunities and paths for us. But we have this sadness and isolation sort of energy around the two. And if you notice, we have major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, and then the energy surrounding the twins is sadness and isolation. So it is sadness and isolation, but it isn't something that we haven't experienced before. It's just reminding us that that's, you know, present during these next week's energies. So if you do feel yourself feeling depressed about the situation and or crying or coming into your emotional body, just know that's normal and expected for this week. And then it's up to you to take care of yourself and to come back to that peaceful state. And also try not to let that emotional body take over. Let the feelings come through and witness those feelings, but we don't have to succumb to them or be taken over or overthrown by our emotions. They are a tool and a resource for us, and a highly precious one at that. So we don't ever want to bottle them, you know, up or push them down. Feel them, see them, become aware of them, but we don't need to be owned by them. They are not us. Our emotions are a resource for us. So just keep that in mind, and I hope everyone has a great week. Just focus on this beautiful love energy, sharing your wisdom, nurturing yourself and others, and letting go of control. Okay, that's all for now. Have a good one.